Well, I'm not sure where I left off, but the first part down to here went pretty nicely, but the second part not so good. But I think I can make it work. My Allen key will fit down in there, and I might have to do a little filing on one side. Actually, it'll be out here that I'd be doing the filing on the key itself, but get my differential put back together. Alright, so we gotta put our gears back on here, but before we can put our gears back on, we need to take this apart. I want to wipe the gobbledygooks off the outside here before I do that. My bolts are going to go up from the bottom and come up through here. So the first thing I need to do now is stick my axle back into the differential housing. And this just has a bushing. And this tells me if I've got looks like I've got a little bit of a burr there I got to take off. It doesn't want to slide in smoothly. Let me do that. I think it's right here where that transition is. Okay, a little bit of touch up on the slot, and now it's going to slide right in there just like it's supposed to. Now we can put our gear back on the end here, which I had under cover to protect it. And I believe it also has a thrust washer that goes in there. So we're going to put the thrust washer in first, like that. And then my gear is going to go down in here, just like that. And then I have two snap rings to put on it. One on first, get it down in there, and then we put the other one on second. And where did it go? If you don't have shaky hands, it's a whole lot easier to do it. And they're both snapped right down in there in place, in the groove. Now we can drop this back into the housing. Get some of the grease out of the inside here and put it on. Pretty simple setup when it comes right down to it. And this just sets down on top of there and lines right up. Now all I gotta do is run the bolts up from the bottom side and snug it in place. Nice long bolts. You gotta wipe the threads off because sitting in the magnetic tray picks up all of the garbage in there. There's two. I'll put the other two in the same way after I rotate this around. Okay, now we'll drop our sprocket back into place, just like that. And we're going to put our 4 nuts on there and zap them down. These are all stainless steel, so they don't pick up all the gobbledygook in the magnetic tray. And even the locking bolts are stainless steel. And I think what we're going to do before we put it back in place, I'm going to spray it all down real well with brake clean, which is essentially the same thing as using alcohol. And wipe it and let it dry, and then I'll paint the whole unit before I put it in place. That'll be the next thing you see me doing.